What up, my freaks? RuinusInsight here with part 14 of my Total War Warhammer 3 modded Wulfrik Immortal Empires campaign. So as we saw last time, there were a bunch of battles. Lewin got brought down again. We also took out the riding fortress of the Warhost of the Apocalypse, leaving them with no settlements. But most importantly of all, we reached Tier 4, which means we now have access to all the Norscan goodness. And we are beginning the recruiting spree. Just gotta get enough money to be able to recruit whatever we damn well please. And damn well do we please. And that's gonna be the main goal for this particular episode. Try to get all the stuff recruited and get the retrofitted armies out and about. In addition to that, we are going to obviously try to vassalize the Maggot host. We did manage to grab ourselves some Chaos Dwarfs last time around in the form of the Disciples of Hashut, but I think it would be nice to pick up the Maggot host as well. So we'll give that a try. Now, in terms of what we still have to do this particular turn, Ormgard, you're... I wonder. You know what? Let us see. This is going to be kind of risky. I want you to move down here. Is there an army here? There is not. Okay, perfect. Or at least not one we can see. Can you go into ambush? You can. Go into ambush, stay right there. Here's the thing. And Wulfrik wouldn't be able to reach this next turn unless he's in march stance, so maybe we can use Ormgard to do it for us, and then we won't have to waste a turn on Wulfrik. Perfect. Olaf Fimerkin is still besieging the Silver Pinnacle, and you know what? Let's leave him to siege this for a turn. Also, you can have the War Banner, although I do wonder whether we would be better putting the War Banner, at least for now, onto the Iceforged Legion instead. Yeah, and put it on it. I wish we could have two of the same banner, but I'll think about it. The reason I figure we might want to besiege this is they might sally out, though they don't really have a lot there, but even if they don't, we may be able to use these guys' existence in order to help vassalize the Maggot host. Because we'll be trading them the Bleeding Spire first, and we'll try to get them to declare war on as many factions as possible by trading them this, and then trade them the Riding Fortress. At least that's the idea. Anyway, you guys, you're not able to actually reach Archie, or Hellcroft. No, you're not. Just short. Alright, that's fine. Stay in ambush, and now I believe we are good to go, yes? Kuchar replace. Ah, yes, Kuchar replace. You need to be replaced by another lord. We don't have enough money for it, though. I figured that Mammoth Eater would be much better for Kuchar because the unit mass increase, the charge bonus increase, plus 50%, and the missile resistance 10% for Lord's army. Frankly, this would also have been good on Surtha Ek. The fact that he has Savage Chief is not great. However, I think what we can do with Savage Chief is give him some trolls and the Skinwolves. The thing is, while he'll have mostly chariots, we can still make some good use of the Norscan Ice Trolls because they have that chilling aura on them, and Savage Chief applies to monstrous infantry as well, so we don't have to use the basic slow infantry for him, as the trolls do move quite quickly at 50 speed, and obviously the Skinwolves can protect the chariots, at least to some degree. Obviously, we'll chariot it up in his army mainly. Anyway, I'm rambling. Let's get to the next turn, shall we? Hopefully I didn't forget anything, but it's too late to do anything about it now if I did. Go, go, go. Alright, and Vashnar the Hand presumably will continue moving southward. I think he's trying to move around and possibly through the mountains to try to get to Wulfrik in some way. At least that's what seems to be happening. Archaon wants peace. That's kind of funny, but that's obviously also not going to happen. And looks like nobody's in range to attack us. Nope, alright. Alright, that's just fine by me. So, ally mobilizes, ally begins outpost construction, ambush foiled. Oh, that's why Archaon's little minion lord ran away, and... Can we see him? Uh-oh. We lost sight of him. Ah, he's going for the Pillar of Skulls, isn't he? Settlement receives plague, Castle Alexandrinov. Ally occupies settlement, bloody sword. That's fine. That's fine. Now, we are in range of this, so let's do this. You will go here, and I guess we won't sack this, we'll just occupy it because we want, okay, yeah. We want to still be able to move. March stands for you, Wolfie, right there. Alright, let's see if we can do this right, and then you can go in here as well. Alright, good. And Ormgard, you will... Okay, I moved you a little bit too far, but whatever. You will auto-resolve, and you will occupy. Scarecrow banner? And not raise, but occupy. Alright, what do we have here? We have a guard shack. Sure, works for me. Gold sigil sword, we hardly need you. And ogre blade, okay, good. Cool, destroyed. And not vassalized, that one. We're not confederated, rather. Now, minus 65. Okay. Minus 72. So, bleeding spire. It's worth only 12 to him. Not great. Not great. Okay, wait. Let me... Give it a second. We have 8.3k. If we could maybe occupy the monolith of Bubonicus and trade it as well. Okay, so you're gonna go here. And go here. 3.3k. Ooh, whoa. Archie's back. That's kind of interesting. Nah, we can't reach him anyway, so it doesn't matter. Go to monolith of Bubonicus. Colonize it. Alright, then... Now you can reach him. Yeah, but this guy won't be able to reinforce you. Alright, how about this? So we can pop you into ambush stance right here, then. Right outside of the monolith, and we'll see if we can bait Archie into an attack on you two. Alright, but the main thing we wanted was to potentially try to trade the monolith of Bubonicus. So, you're gonna leave here. We'll see if it's actually worth anything. It might not be because it just got occupied. Then we'll leave you like so. Then... Alright, let's see if we can get this right. We will try to trade the Bleeding Spire to you. And have you join some wars. Ice Court, not willing. How about Vassalizing? Not willing. How about Sylvania? Willing, good. War Host of the Apocalypse, sort of willing, good. Kurun, not willing. Drippin' Fangs, sort of willing, yes, good. And Lamian Sisterhood, also willing. Alright, that's 3 extra factions that you're at war with, which should make it easier to vassalize you. We'll go for Balance Offer, I guess. Like so. Alright, now it's at 54. Now, how much is the Writhing Fortress worth to you? Not enough for vassalization, but we can increase the value of the Writhing Fortress by giving you the Monolith of Bubonicus. So, we'll do that. Monolith of Bubonicus. And then... Would you be willing to declare war on anybody else? 44. Yeah, no, you're at war with too many factions. That's fine. It's fine. We will either... You know, go for the non-aggression pact. Might increase our relationship slightly. And then the money, like so. Then we go Writhing Fortress, which is now more than enough. Beautiful. And give us all your money. Fantastic. Alright. That's 3 out of 4 Nurgle factions. Now we just gotta acquire ourselves a nice Kugath, and we'll be good to go. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Also, where is Tamarkan actually hanging out? He is sitting right beside Grimgor. Huh. Are we able to declare war on Grimgor this turn? Yeah, we are. I wonder if we should. It will put these guys into a war with him. I guess the question is, who would win this? There's basically no defenders at Gorger Rock. These guys might be able to take it out and occupy it. Might be a decent use of our time, to be perfectly frank. And it looks like these guys are attempting to go for the Silver Pinnacle, which means we should probably sack it. And yeah, okay, wait. Let me see. Yeah, okay, it still wants to kill off that horseman, but we might be able to alter that. And the way that we might be able to alter that is to acquire more armor for the entire faction by getting Champion of the Crow back up and running. So, let's see if we can do that. First of all, we'll have more Kaka, I guess, sack or possibly even raise this place. For the Serpent, at least once. Yeah, do this. I'm just going to assume that Vashnar won't attack us, or at least hope that he won't. We'll also use you to sort of leech a little bit of XP. Go here in regular stance. I assume that you'll be close enough to leech. Yes, auto-resolve this. Then, raise it for the Serpent. Rukaka will back away, and hopefully we'll be able to go back into Raiden Camp. Beautiful. Stay here. And the raiding camp is just for you to heal up. You do not need that Dawnstone. And again, what do you have? Witness Glory. I keep forgetting who you are, so I'm just going to name you Fairy. Or Troop Fairy, whatever, it doesn't matter. Not a troop train, at least not until we get trained. Ooh, whoa. Grayling Weirkin. Hello, speed for wolves and warhounds. Skin wolves, and warhounds. Well, that's the first time we got one of those. Ranked up whilst being able to recruit Skinwolves units? Oh, that's fantastic. We gotta start spamming these. Well, if we can put, like... I hope that you can put these on... Wait, let me just see here. Yeah, another working. On you. You don't need that. I hope it's not only Lords that can have those, because it would be great if it wasn't. Because if these guys can have them as well... assuming I forgot what they were called. Greyling Werkin. Alright, so, let me just see here. So the Norscan Ice Wolves currently have an attack of 35. If we give it to a hero, Greyling Werkin, they now have an attack of... still 35. Unless it's tied to movement. Somebody remind me. We gotta check it later. And, like, recheck it later. Sometimes you have to, like, move around or, like, do something and then it changes. Still says 35. It might actually only be applicable to Lords, I'm not sure. But it would be really nice if it could not just be, you know what I mean. Anyway, let's keep going. So, you, Troop Fairy, are going down to... I mean, keep going this way, I guess. You're gonna have to meet up with Throg, so you can meet up with him like this while you two move around. Burple Smirk. What's the best way to deal with you right now? What I want to do with Burple Smirk is get him a few units from our Nurglite friends. We can't get any of the good ones as yet. However, we can get him some, like, Plague Toads or something like that. And then sort of intersperse them among a line of Marauders until we have access to better stuff. Get him some Beasts of Nurgle, but they're also quite costly in terms of this, and Oh, wait a second. These Plague Toads only have regular poison, not lethal poison. Oh, no! Burple Smirk overwrites their lethal toxin by giving them poison. No, Burple Smirk, why? Oh, that's unfortunate. That will mean that the Plague Toads no longer have value to him. That's a real shame. The Rotflies actually would probably be better, however, with him, because they now have poison rather than buzz, which might be decent. Kind of not big on any of these guys. Fecondites will never really have anything good. Let's use some temporary Chaos Warriors, and they'll be Nurglite enough for our purposes while we have poison on them. And then we'll transfer them out later. I guess we could get, like, a couple of Beasts of Nurgle for now. The horrible regeneration will make them quite powerful, I guess. And I suppose the same thing could be true of the Rotflies, but would we ever want to bother with Rotflies? We'd eventually just end up replacing them. Let's do a couple of Beasts. Alright, we'll replace them eventually anyway. Actually, speaking of, we have a mission from the Disciples of Hashut for Vladdy, Dirk, and Archie. Yes, we'll take the mission for Archie. Alright, also we will need to build the thing at Plains of Zhenbai Jin. And by the thing, I mean the outpost. I hope that Nurgle... Uh-oh. Does Nurgle not allow you to actually recruit anything other than basic units? That's not good. Man, Chaos Forces really are garbage as vassals, aren't they? Like regular... Well, actually, this isn't even a regular Chaos Force. We'll build it for now. The weird thing is, I remember being able to recruit some of the stuff from them in another faction. Look, you have Plague Ogres and Beasts of Nurgle available to you from this building, but we don't seem to have access to it. The other Chaos factions seem to be working fine, since we can get their units. I don't know what's up with that. I also wonder whether it was a decision that was made on purpose, or whether it's just somebody forgot about it. Anyway, we now need to raise one more thing. We gotta find a thing to raise for the Crow. Not actually sure that we have one, especially if we're going to sack this. Wait, can Throggy reach the moot? He can. Yes, alright, we'll do the moot. Alright, so you're gonna go here, Lamondal, go into March Stance, because we're gonna try to move past this. Burple, you can keep recruiting for now. Throggy, you wanna maybe recruit some basic Marauders while you're at it? You know what, we'll see how much money we have remaining. We'll transfer him the Marauders from Throg's army anyway, because Throg is going to be getting the getting these Fimir Stalkers. Again, temporarily until we get him Ice Trolls, which we will be doing fairly soon, actually. But anyway, maybe it would actually be a better idea to put the Stalkers in Burple Smirk's army, but then Burple Smirks will override their bleed effect with poison. Oh, yeah. Unfortunate that he'll be able to have no contact effects, but whatever. You know what? We could give him some of the regular Norse controls since they have no contact effects whatsoever, and we were going to take them out of this army. Yeah, that'll work. Anyway, auto-resolve this, for obvious reasons. No damage to us. And then rather than sack it, you're going to raise it for the crow. And stop, stop, stop. Hey, a banner of eternal flame. Very nice. Not on you, but very nice nonetheless. Mammoth Tamer. Then we'll take Throggy and put him into Raiden camp stance. And then start moving towards Schwarzhafen. That puts us back up to 100. Beautiful. Surtha Ek, you need to either move through these territories or towards Marienburg. I'm going to say we should go to Marienburg. Go into March stance, go as close to it as possible. I don't imagine this guy's going to be brave enough to attack you, like those last rebels did to poor Heros. He went out like a true Heros. Anyway, you two go here. Oh, man, poor guy. Anyway, ooh, we got some decent upgrades here, potentially. If we have the money for it. I fear this turn may not be a very money turn. But anyway, Ballfish Frisk. I don't know from... Oh, that's these guys, right. Recruiter Ragnarsson, you're fine. Kuhar Replace can't move. We're waiting for his skin wolves. Alright, let us see now, after we get a few points in here, whether we can take this place. With an auto-resolve, I mean. Without wasting our time. Shem's Burning Gaze. Do we want the scouting right now, or do we want more points in Gehennas? We spam Gehennas and Searing Doom, so I'm inclined to say still get Gehennas and Searing Doom. And the same thing goes for Spirit Leech and Soul Blight. Those are the two main spells from both lores that we use, regardless of how many advanced spells we have. Then you can have Dark Horror and probably Hard to Hit, because your melee defense is quite low. Oh, you do have Blood Soaked, which is the nice one. Anyway, oh, you have some points available as well. Get yourself a Cascading Fire Cloak, because it's nice and cheap and spammable. Now, wait, go into Raiden camp, and now can we auto-resolve this? Ah, still this guy dies. Damn. What if we, wait. All this just to avoid one little minor fight. Alright, fine. I guess we'll fight it. It's just that they're so weak. We could let this one horseman die. Do we really need the extra horse? I'm just wondering whether we could actually deal with this. We'll also need to move down to Fallen King Mountain, which might have a proper stack by then. You know what, fine, let's just fight it. It's not a big deal. It's one fight. It's one minor fight, and the Iceforge Legion will make quick work of the walls, etc. Go. Alright, did he say shields up? Maybe he didn't say shields up. Maybe I heard wrong, because I heard shields up, and I feel like that's probably the wrong thing to say for this army, because I don't think any unit has a shield. Not a single one. Not a single shield in the entire army. Wait, does the Lord have a shield? Maybe. Maybe. He does not. He does not. I guess he could block things with his Vambrace or something. But anyway, here we go. The Iceforge Legion gives us a significant power-up in terms of bombardment capability, but of course, this is the type of map where we have a little bit of elevation right beside the enemy garrison, which means we can attack it fairly easily with both the axe and javelin throwers. And there we go, doing a fairly decent number on the Graveguard back there. Looks like the Vampire of Death is being focused down as well. A lot of shots are going to get blocked by the Krenels, but the Merlins rather, but it's probably not going to be enough. She's going to back away off of those walls, but at the same time our towers are approaching. Now the towers are loaded with our axe-throwing units, while our javelin units are obviously longer range and can arc their shots over. We also have a ram moving towards the gate there, while our single werekin works away at it. And back here we're going to cast the Gehenna's Golden Hounds into the pile of skeletal warriors and Graveguard, while these shots from the Iceforged Legion continue to scream overhead. You were supposed to fire on cue, damn it. Oh, they're moving now, of course. Of course. But oh well, what can you do? Anyway, continuing to move forward, I'm going to speed this up a teensy bit. And there we go. Ooh, that's a nice bit of bombardment from those javelins there. There's one thing I really like about the javelins as opposed to arrows is just seeing all the javelins sticking out of the ground and out of the enemies after they're hit. And yeah, you can see the same thing with the arrows, but because they're much smaller, it has less of an effect. It doesn't look quite as cool. Anyway, there we go. There's the Iceforge Legion coming down. Beautiful shots. Oh, that was a big blob that just got obliterated all the while, and the javelins continue to fall like hail from above. Bounce powers at about 80%, maybe even 85% in our favor. Now the Iceforge Legion continues to fire. We approach the walls now under the covering fire of our artillery and our javelins, and the enemy can't approach the walls themselves as they get ripped apart for even trying to do so. Our Marauder Hunters with a whoa, Iceforge Legion, relax. Everybody calm down. Our axe throwers are moving into the settlement now. And it looks like some of the Graveguard are going to engage in melee. This is not a particularly good matchup for the Marauder Hunters, who will get ripped apart if we're not careful, but once again, we do have a decent bit of support. As long as we can actually get a decent angle for the Marauder Hunters with axes, they are, yeah, looks like they can't fire down onto those guys there, unfortunately. Oh well, I'm sure they'll find other things to chuck those axes at. It's not like fighting the undead isn't pretty much always a target-rich environment. Another Gehenna's Golden Hounds separates a pile of Crypt Ghouls and more Graveguard and Skeletons, while the Iceforge Legion continues to do work. The units that are separated are moving towards our battle lines. And we're going to get a little bit of melee action for our Lord, our Werekin, and our Fimir D-Rock here as well. That's not a D-Rock, that's a Mir. Which I should have known because this army doesn't have a D-Rock. But anyway, let's see how we're doing. The Shaman Sorcerer, hey, be careful, buddy. Alright, it's time to get some of the Javelin Throwers up on top of the walls. The Axe Throwers are having a little bit of trouble up here. Let's see if the Javelin Throwers are a little bit better at actually chucking their Javelins down. I'm not sure what it is. They don't seem to be wanting to throw. I saw somebody. Oh, no, it's from down here. Huh. You guys want to throw anything? Or is it these guys down here only? Maybe they're waiting for the entire unit. Okay, these guys are throwing. They might be waiting for the entire unit to dock on the walls before actually chucking their spears or javelins. At least I hope that's the reason. Either way, the units... Okay, these ones are chucking their spears. The units of axe throwers are below the walls and are fighting the skeletons down below. And obviously I could have been patient, just completely obliterated this entire settlement with nothing but bombardment, but there wasn't much need. And there we go, now the javelins are working for us. And that's why you gotta be patient, probably could have allowed them to do a little bit more work. Anyway, with that, while the battle isn't quite over, it's very, very nearly so. The enemy lord is still alive, and he still has a few zombies, bats, and doggos in tow. But let's say they're going to have a difficult time actually getting to us. I love watching those hell cannon shots come down, and especially when they actually hit. Come on now. They're zombies. It's not like they're dodging anything. Anyway, streaming on into the city now with our supporting units of Cav. Looks like some Fellbats decided to join in the fray. And we'll probably do at least a little bit of damage to our Marauder axes before getting ripped apart. There we go, that Marauder went down, though I'm not entirely sure it was due to the bats or whether it was due to our own javelin chuckers. And back here, there is another unit of, let's see what we got here, a unit of zombies. But they've little hope of actually doing anything because the Cav are chucking javelins at them, and, well, the zombies are obviously going to be way too slow to catch them. We can just keep relatively close to them, chuck those javelins over over this little cliffside and continue annoying those zombies. But they do have solid missile resistance on them as well. Anyway, that zombie unit that was under the... ooh, nice shot from the Lord there. There we go, the axes as well. I was about to say, this was the unit that was getting attacked by the Iceforged Legion. Can still see the sort of icy effects down here, I assume from the Legion, or is that from frostbite attacks? I suppose it doesn't matter over much as these zombies will go down. The enemy lord back here as well gets hit with the Shem's Burning Gaze and a Spirit Leech at the same time, as if we had a Hyro Titan on the field to be able to cast both. The Shems will knock the enemy lord down, while we keep taking better and better positions and moving further into the enemy settlement. Doggos will rush us, but we got our command squad out front now. And our heroes should be able to hold back the dogs without too much trouble, as the Lord finally at last begins to rush towards us. Unfortunately for him, we'll drop a Spirit Leech and then stop him in his tracks with a Tormentor Sword. So he is stuck for 24 seconds. Let's see. Let's see how many axes in the face he can... Oh, not so many by the looks of it. Damn, that... Huh. Was that our Lord that got that final shot? Because it looked like there was like a million axes all at once and then nothing, and then just one axe finished him off. I gotta go back and watch that again. That was pretty neat. Anyway, down goes the enemy Lord, completely ripped apart by axes and by that Tormentor Sword, and I do believe that the battle is pretty much ours. Frankly, it was pretty much ours ages ago, but anyway. And one last unit of zombies to destroy with that lovely combo of Gehenna's Golden Hounds and the Iceforged Legion. Alright, a couple more throws from our Lord, who still has, what? No, he have barely any ammunition. Actually, I'm curious. How much damage did you... Ah, too late. Alright, an easy little fight, but expectedly so, especially with the Iceforged Legion cleaning house, as it is wont to do. We got 4.5k out of sacking this, so we will sack it, and we will not occupy it. I'm hoping that Astrogoth will occupy it for us instead, as we were going to trade it to him anyway, and I'd rather him have these blasted waste territories. Oh, I didn't even realize we had missions for that. Well, that's beautiful. You two stick around right here. Once again, it's going to give another turn of an opportunity for the Kislevites to rebuild somewhat, but they're so heavily damaged that I think that even then they're unlikely to be a threat. At least I don't see them being one. I'm trying to remember whether I forgot to do anything. Let's see. You two are fine. Recruiter, possibly need to recruit. Kuchar. I would like to replace you, but I would also like you to not get the plague, which would be swell. Let's build you up. Ooh, wait, is it another Lord rank? Yeah, we'll get another Lord rank by building up the Raiders camp here. Alright, fine. Start with the Raiders camp. And we still got probably at least one turn until this Mammoth Eater disappears, and I'd rather get him up at rank 7 or rank 6, so why not? Why not? Then Kuchar, we'll have you move out of this settlement in here. Out of the plague, just here. Watch it spread to Fort Stroghoff next turn. I wouldn't be surprised, admittedly. But anyway, we do have the Tech Thieves to move still, and that Tech Thievery is very much in need right now. And we got 3 and 38 versus 39 and 2. Well, there's more chance to fail, but less chance to get wounded, so I'm going to say this one's the better one. And we succeed. Good. And then you can go for Dietershofen. 9 and 9. Okay, neither option is a particularly good one, but oh well. We still also have to knock out Ellendelling, who somehow managed to lose Lorelorn, but, well, too bad for Ellendelling. Could you occupy our now? I hate to use income for it, but it would be nice if you actually started building up here. On the other hand, there's a decent likelihood that you'll do it yourself. You know, I'm gonna leave it alone, because we'll still want to probably recruit a decent amount of stuff, especially if we actually get access to their better units. Anyway, let's see what else we got left this turn. Just the recruiter in the building. If there's a tier 4 coming up, we'll have to prioritize the tier 4. Let's also take a quick look at what we have in terms of available friends. Overlords of Jarduk seem pretty friendly. but not so friendly that they're willing to be our vassals. Minus 95. Would be nice to actually vassalize the servants of the Conclave, but once again, they hold a territory that we probably will want to take for ourselves. Anyway, looks like nothing there, so let's take a look at our buildings. I did not mean to zoom in on the map. There we go. Damn it. Alright, good enough. Alrighty, let's see what can be built. The Mountains of Hell. Okay, yeah, that's the tier 4. We have to prioritize it. Though it is crazy expensive, I fear that for one turn we won't be able to recruit, but there isn't much we can do about that if that's the case. Longship husk and stuff at the Monolith of Catan, we still need the capacities offered by it. We got the Port of the Temple of Heimkel, which is expensive, and I guess we build another money building. I was wondering whether we should build another one of these buildings, but I think we're okay. Mountains of Nalfari. Definitely get the Ruinous Kiln, because we're still recruiting here. And it's in... Okay, it's in province. Good. I thought for a second it might be local territory, and that wouldn't obviously be as good. You're fine as you are, Recruiter Ragnarsson. Get into Nalfari Plain itself, because you can save a little bit of money on that. 150 gold per turn. Nickel and diming it a little bit, but we need the money. Let's upgrade the Cave of Dark Offerings here, and every single one of those is still upkeep reductions for various things, so still worth our time, plus the capacities, of course. And Yetchich will upgrade you. And that's basically all the money we got. Oh, we could build something up at Longyi. I probably should have focused on building the Marauding Militia here, but well, it's too late. I guess what we'll want to do here is build one of these things. Either a Glacial Passages for the Chaos Frost Dragon to be part of the garrison, or we could do a Chieftain's Hall, which gives us +2 Marauder Champions. And I do like that. 2 Marauder Champions or 1 Chaos Frost Dragon. This will increase our Marauder Champions by 0. We'll probably need them to act as the main line more. Yeah, alright, fine. Cave of Dark Offerings or whatever it was. Chieftain's Hall. Sparring Fields. Go for it. Now what about here? Khazad Urkulaz, we will be trading away to the Chaos Dwarfs as well, so we can ignore it. I'll hopefully make some good use of that gold. Mine Castle Drakenhof, however, we are keeping, but we can't afford the bloody Bulwark. Once again, I probably should have forewent some of the other stuff. In fact, you know what? If I can remember here, Temple of Heimkel, delete the harbor, or not delete, but don't build it. Build instead the bloody Bulwark here, and upgrade the Bulwark at Longyi. Oh, it's 2600. Well, damn. I don't feel like canceling anything else, so we'll just build up the growth thing here. Good enough. We just need to do some good big battles, and then that'll give us our money back. Or some good big sackings. Maybe I should have gone for sacking the Withered Fortress or the Writhing Fortress after all, but... Well, it did give us a nice vassal, so there is that. Anyway, I do believe that's good to go for ending the turn. Let's see if Archie falls for Slith's ambush, and whether we can knock him out for good. Skip, building upgrade available... No, and end the turn. Alright, let's also hope that the Chaos Dwarves grab that Pinnacle. Laneshi giggle. Where are we here? Can't quite tell. Regent Silver Pinnacle, owner, Disciples of Hashut. Yes, they did indeed take it, I think. And hey, we were discovered, but we will still be able to attack, or at least be able to intercept them or whatever. This will be Archie's last fight, assuming we can win. The main issue will be bringing Archie down himself. The other stuff shouldn't be too concerning, and he doesn't have too much mana, so he shouldn't be super threatening, at least, mana-wise. Let's get to it. Alright, here we go, Archie once again. Poor guy definitely got the short end of the stick in this particular campaign, or this particular universe, depending on how you look at it. There is a presumption that the Chaos Gods exist in every single universe in the multiverse, so yeah, this is just one where Archie gets completely destroyed first by Wulfrik, and then cleaned up by Slith back here. Anyway, Looks like we've got a little bit of time before our reinforcements make it onto the field so we can make use of those Nurglite units, and it does look like the enemy will stream forth a pile of Hounds of Decay and regular Chaos Warhounds. Now, that said, these guys shouldn't be all that threatening to, I think, really anything. I mean, I suppose the Fimir Stalkers are relatively fragile and they could do decent damage to them. Never underestimate the Hounds of Decay. And they're a very, very solid unit, even if the regular Warhounds are too weak to bother considering. Alrighty, and it looks like they get ripped apart with reasonably decent quickness, though the enemy army is moving in, including Archie himself, so we're going to book the cavalry out of there and start sending the Fimir Stalkers in, while the, let's say, majority of the Fimir Stalkers will attempt to get around the enemy army. So we got 4 over on this side, we got 4 over on this side, and then we got 2 more who are going to try to move through this sort of hole in the enemy lines. This should allow us to leverage their damage dealing, considering the fact that they're probably too fragile to take probably any single enemy unit one-on-one, except maybe the doggos. But the Forsaken, the Chaos Warriors, certainly the Chaos Spawn, the Demon Spew. Not so sure about the Marauders, but the Fimir Stalkers are meant to hit enemies in the back, and fighting directly against especially the heavy armored units isn't going to work out so well for them. But we've got numbers on our side, we got reinforcements coming in as well, and we just got to give it a little bit of time. Our Fimir will cast a nice burning head through the enemy. Archaon likes casting those too. Ooh, although it will clip our own units. Yeah, the Burning Head has a bad habit of sort of veering away rather than moving in a straight line. We're going to get the horses out of there before they take too much damage. Looks like the bounce power is at about 70% in our favor, and it's just a big old brawl, though it looks like our Fimir are now moving on in from every side. Soon the enemy will not know where to look, for there are Fimir everywhere. And they should be able to knock out Marauder horses without too much trouble. These are the throwing axe variants, so they can fight fairly well, but it looks like the Fimir Stalkers are winning decisively there. And we got a little bit of help coming in as the Nurglite Furies will come on down and apply a little bit of that poison to combine with the bleed. We also got additional Fimir moving in to hit the enemy in the back after that long loop and route around, while the buzzing rotflies come down in the middle of the enemy formation. Bounce power shifts to about, let's say, 75, maybe closer to 80% in our favor. The Chaos Warriors are certainly still holding out, but we got a little bit of toads to move in and help against them. And that lethal poison should similarly combine with the bleed. Now we have poison, or lethal toxin, and buzzing and bleed all going at once, which is a pretty solid combo. Get a few more stacks of various things in there, and we'll be real solid. Alrighty, how are those Chaos Warriors doing? Probably not so well. Archie's in the middle of everything, but we're completely ignoring him, as one does when there is a unit that's likely too strong for an army to take out. He's not unbreakable, so we just have to break his army and he'll attempt to escape. It does look like either he or the Chaos Spawn or something have done pretty solid damage to our units of Rotflies, so we're going to have to back them out lest they disappear. Granted, we don't really care about them since they're borrowed army, but, well, sort of just the principle of the thing. Anyway, bounce power's at about 90%. The Chaos Warriors flee before the Plague Toads, Plague Bearers, and the Fimir, though they have to flee into more Fimir as they do. Archaon and Dorgar, surrounded by corpses of Fimir, still holds and still fights and is still at, let's see, about 80% of his HP. We may be bringing him down, but you gotta love Archaon. His campaign was definitely one of my favorites. And Archaon always does put on a great slow-motion show for us. And he is blessed by the 4 gods, so Slaneshi giggle. Anyway. Archaon, best cam girl. Anyway, Archie is gonna be the only unit left on the field shortly. Just 2 Chaos Spawn that still remain, and obviously they're unbreakable. There is an Exalted Hero fighting out here, but it is looking like it's getting hurt quite a lot by the Femir Stalkers, which might be a little bit surprising, considering Ograx has plenty of armor. It's still so weird seeing Ograx as a hero, but seeing Ograx is... what is... why is this? Ograx is a beast fiend dedicated to Khorne. This is not a beast fiend, and it's definitely not Khornate. But anyway. And I know, he starts out as a regular Chaos guy, but, yeah. And he gets to choose, but nonetheless it feels weird. Anyway, Ograx will break, and Archie will break out as well. He will just run right through the rest of our army, still at about 80% HP, with pretty darn insane stats, although pretty darn decent stats, at the very least. His stats are still, let's say, inferior to Erathond from the Imrik campaign, and... even if in some ways they're better than Wulfrik's, he also has like half of Wulfrik's HP, and there's just no way that... well, we already saw Wulfrik defeat him, but yeah, there's just no way he'd be able to break through that amount, especially since Archaon does not have regen, which is a big minus for him. And I guess when using the 6 Treasures of Chaos, you are also prevented from taking other regenerative traits. But anyway... Alright, there we go. Well, Archie gave the Femir something of a fight, a fairly decent one at that, doing plenty of damage and about 60% of the HP off many of them, but alas, it won't be enough. He will, however, also reward us about 6,000 gold, which we certainly won't say no to, plus his defeat trait. Now, we did allow him to escape, and I'm hoping that we can get his defeat trait on another lord if possible. Dusty of the Dripping Fangs wants peace. No. You know what we do want to do? We want to tell Astrogal to actually attack Dusty of the Dripping Fangs. Ally begins outpost construction. Great for ally. Lamian Sisterhood destroyed. Good, good, good. Ally mission successful. Ally mission successful. Okay, we gotta check the ally missions now, because it's looking like we have a lot. Slith got that lovely defeat trait. And hey, we got the +2 hero capacity for Weirkin, and the casualty replenishment out of the Secrets of Necromancy. Thank you, Castle Drakenhof. Now, we need to switch back into one with beasts, because we really need to unlock the rest of the monster hunts. Should I have done it earlier? Perhaps, but it's, well... well, it's just the way that it's played out now. Vashnar the Hound. You know, he's getting kind of close to Throg. We might just send Throg at him. I mean, I don't see why we couldn't, or shouldn't. Are you going up here to Beckhofen? Can we take Beckhofen with just a little Stalker army? We should actually be able to move Murkaka up there. I was gonna move Murkaka up to correct Kadrin, but as long as there isn't a full stack, this may be viable. Murkaka up here. I really don't want to lose her, because she's level 19 now and is going to be leading one of our better armies. So, as in, like, full armies. You're gonna go to Castle Drakenhof, so that you don't suffer any more attrition. Come on. Almost there. Alright, there you go, Troop Fairy. Then, let's just see here. Yeah, if he continues going south, we'll send Throg at him, but let's move everybody else for now. We gotta find Archie. There he is. Can either one of these guys hit him from here? Looks like a no, and yeah, no. Looks like only Wulfrik will be able to. That's okay. Not a big deal. We'll just delete him then. You can all at least leech XP. I don't think he can run anymore because he's lost his main stack. And Wulfrik's got to get back. He's got challengers to face, and he's got new recruits to be retrofitted with. Alright, go, go, go. All of you leech. We don't need Hubas to leech, however, because he's part of our allies' forces. Alright, go here. And that should be an easy little auto-resolve. Okay, I'm just gonna... yeah, that's a double check. Sometimes the auto-resolve will kill off your stuff, even if it shouldn't. Casualty punishment rate for Warhounds. I wonder, would this count the wolves, or would it not? They're both war beasts, but it specifically says Warhounds. It'd be nice if it did. Actually, it would be a stupid item if it only counts Warhounds and doesn't count Ice Wolves. Let's be real here. Anyway, we'll sacrifice those captives for all the money we can, and the war host of the apocalypse is destroyed, and with that, a new ever-chosen rises. Stig Aisling, Marauder Chariot, no. And that's it. Alrighty. Alrighty, we are done. Not with the campaign, but with this portion of the Chaos Wastes. Tamarkan. I was going to declare war on Grimgor and then I forgot, didn't I? Yeah, I was going to do it last turn and then I did not do it. Alright, well, we could declare war on him right now. Declare war and just hope Tamarkan survives. We're kind of leaving him high and dry up there, but if you can take all those mountains, go for it, bud. Yeah, do it. Now we at war with Grimgor, and that did nothing to our reliability. Not that, well, actually, I was about to say not that it matters, but yeah, it kind of matters. Now. Astrogoth, oh, he's declared war on the Drippin' Fangs. Fantastic. We're going to Nashrak's lair with you now, and Balefish, Ballfish, whatever, you can follow along. Like so. We need to, they're rebuilding, and they got some Streltsy and stuff. Might give us an actual fight here. At least a decent likelihood. And then, what is past this? Mount Gunbad. We can't actually tell what's here. I mean, it'll all hopefully be sacrificed to the gods sooner rather than later, but it would be nice if it was a faction that we can continue fighting. Now, Kazadir Kulaz, I can just directly transfer it to you. Like so. It's not worth a lot, but whatever. Have it, hold it, do something useful with it. Alright, and if you want to take these mountains, you're more than welcome to, buddy. Alright, who's up next? Wolfie, you can actually keep moving, because you can move quite far, so we need the fastest way. I wonder if it would be faster to go out to sea like this, or would it be faster to run down? I mean, I think we have to go to sea anyway. We have to get to this guy, so we'll have to go like this, and then we can move from here past you towards the recruiter, grab troops, head out to sea again, come down here maybe for Altdorf, or the Nemesis Crown if we can find it, or leave Altdorf to... Surtha. I don't know. If we spot Karl Franz running around and if we spot the Nemesis Crown, we'll grab it with Wulfrik, but it's not super necessary. Otherwise, we can just keep going this way. Maybe grab the Scalings territory while we're sort of passing by. Anyway, Slit Wallbreaker. You can still move a little bit, but not in the stances that you want to be. Okay, these guys are going to take a while to catch up to Wulfrik as well, but they'll be getting their own armies soon. We just need to fix up our money situation yet again. Surtha. How you doing? Alright, so we got this little tiny Beastmen army. But I do notice that Karl's main stacks have moved away, and I notice that you have not captured Arnau. Where are you going? You're going to Karoberg, which has been captured by Festus. Is it time to declare war on these guys? I'm not sure. Let's figure this out. First of all, you're gonna go here. We're gonna destroy these Beastmen rebels. It's free XP and whatnot after all. Hopefully it doesn't kill off all of our chariots. Medium casualties. I don't like that. I don't like that one bit. Alright, fight it. A quick little fight. Alright, so obviously this is going to be a silly little easy fight, but we can still enjoy ourselves here, and the manner in which we can enjoy ourselves will be not to bother using our infantry line, really, then essentially winning the battle with just our chariots, and maybe no magic as well. Anyway, Surtha will lead the charge, and the enemy will attempt to arrow him down. And it's probably going to arrow down a lot more of its own units if it attempts to do that. Alright, maybe a little bit of magic, just a Shem's Burning Gaze. Anyway, there we go, nice charge through all those Ungors, but the real damage will come from the Slaneshi chariots. These guys didn't pick enough mass or get enough mass, but these guys certainly did in order to move through the enemy line. And now, since the enemy army is just composed of big piles of infantry, we can simply ride through and continue dishing out the damage. There we go. Alright, now the enemy will probably be able to get at least a few of the chariots stuck, but hopefully we can keep from taking too much damage. The infantry will wait, and the mages will wait as well. At the very least, won't be casting any highly damaging sort of blob clearing spells. We've got other ways to clear the blob. But I do want to point out that this particular Beastmen herd, in terms of color scheme, kind of do match our Slaneshi chariots. But anyway, soon they'll be matching corn instead, you know, because they're all bloody. And most of them are just nothing but... Oh my lord, what the heck? The AI decided to use a Bray Scream on the chariots, but presumably, I mean, it just cleared a big old line through its own units. Why? Yeah, the AI is definitely, it has behavior of its where it's, you know, shown willingness to destroy its own units, to destroy the player units. Ikat Claw's nukes are a good example of this, where it will absolutely nuke a bunch of its own units to kill your units. But I guess the same thing is true of, you know, doing tiny amounts of damage to the chariots. And massive amounts of damage to your infantry line. Ah, look at all that air. Beautiful. This is what I wanted. It's everything I wanted. Or at least nearly so. It would also be nice to get some Gorby's chariots in this army, if we can ever get access to them. I'm not sure that we can. Specifically the Gorby's chariots of corn. But honestly, I'd take even the regular Gorby's chariots if it comes down to it. Anyway, with that, by the looks of it, the enemy army will shatter. It had a pretty bad time against the chariots, generally speaking. It looks like one of the units of Seeker chariots and one of the units of Marauder Ice Wolf chariots got hurt, and it may be at least in part from getting hit by the enemy lord. No, 400 damage, not really. I guess it just got stuck a little bit. They also probably took some range fire and such, but once again, these are the relatively fragile chariots. And we're... Ooh, let's hit with that axe. Yeah, I like the decently dynamic animations of the Ice Wolf chariots working with the guy on the back, sort of whacking away at jerks with his axe. Certainly a lot more dynamic than most lords or the older lords with mounts, where they sort of sit up there and do nothing. Nice. And yeah, I'm just watching this this one particular Marauder. Anyway, that the battle's ours. We probably will need to chase everything down, but fortunately, Sirtha's army is pretty darn good at it. Alright, there we go. I think that was worth fighting. No, we didn't have to do it the way that we did it, so we didn't use any magic, we didn't use any of our other troops, just the chariots, but damn, the chariots had fun. I do, however, want to point out the vast difference between the power of the Seeker chariots, and these are the unbuffed basic version of the Seeker chariots. 649 kills and 66,000 damage, compared to the Marauder Ice Wolves, which basically hovered around 15 to 17k. The fact that this thing got, what, 3 to 4 times as much damage, and even the one that got less kills still got more than twice as much damage, makes it a pretty big disparity. But once again, that serrated blade storm and the bleed effect that they have is what is allowing them to do it, plus their higher model count. They are, however, fragile and are much more likely to lose units, so there is that to consider as well. Nonetheless, we can't even sacrifice captives because we get nothing from it. Kill captives. Alright, and the rest of these guys will move away, huh? I wonder. There's no way that the rebel... Nah, they're at war with each other, because rebels are at war with everybody. I was wondering whether we could get these guys to sally out, but that won't work. Sirtha, kill off the rest of these guys, and let's hope that the auto-resolve doesn't screw us by killing off, like, all of our chariots. Alright, so we're... 4-4-4-4-7-8. And what does the auto-resolve do to us? 4-3-3-3-3-6-8. Yeah. Grumble. Enemy killed in battle. Now, he did get a Sword of Bloodshed and a Chaos Frost Dragon scale out of it, though. Not so sure I care about the Frostbite attacks, but, huh. Well, there might be some use out of this. Anyway, not on you. On somebody, but not on you. I guess we have to besiege this now, as we've no choice in the matter, and... wait. Another thought. A Kirik victory for this, really? It's better not kill off our chariots. I'm just wondering whether we should besiege with Olaf Hilmarsson instead, and but he'll never be able to build... Well, he'll be able to build a ram, won't he? Actually, I don't know whether he will, because he doesn't have any infantry. Ah, screw it, just do it this way. I was wondering whether we could use him to and do this while Surtha raids, but whatever. Raid. Oh, actually raiding isn't too worthwhile anyway, because apparently this... Oh, it's because we're... Yeah, that's fine. And we're besieging the place, so it's not making any money anyway, so there's no need to be concerned. I know you guys were very concerned. Anyway, Surtha, you are now good. Throggy, you are going to march onward towards Schwarzhofen, and I believe either sack it or raise it, depending on its worth. Well, it looks like sack value is decent enough for us to sack it, so we'll move you in to continue leeching. I'd love to leech with Burple Smirk, but he's building up a couple of those Chaos Warriors for us. Though I guess the Chaos Warriors will now be inferior to the Marauder Champions that we can build. It'll be a little bit before we can get him some of those. Plus the Fecondites won't ever have anything useful, so we might as well build something. Auto-resolve. And a sack, and then some of it. Alright, Dragonbane Gem, Varric's Beast Trainer, Slave Master, another Lichbone Pennant. Yes, please. Definitely need those, as we have no magical damage on certain lords that will need them. Raiden Camp for you. And then go here. And then Lamondal, you're going to do the same thing. Also in Raiden Camp, we'll use the both of you to raise... Well, I guess just Lamondal to raise Schwarzhofen next turn. And I guess the next turn we'll be able to leech with Purple Smirk as well. Then we'll either head northward... Oh, look at that, an actual army. Not much of one, mind you, but an army. An army nonetheless, it's something. Yeah, and then we'll probably move towards Vashnar the Hound. I'm pretty sure we don't have to have Wulfrik kill it. It would be annoying. Especially if, I mean, what if we had been on the other side of the world with Wulfrik? Right? Definitely wouldn't have been able to do much with it. Anyway, that was Throggy. Olaf, you are good. Recruiter Ragnarsson will probably recruit this turn, since we do have money, but we'll see the buildings first. Hubas. Really don't know what to do with you now. Frankly, we could probably release you. I guess the question is, where do we release you? We don't want you interfering with anything. Ooh, wait, I have an idea. This may be a stupid idea, but it may also be a genius idea, depending on whether we can actually reach what I would like you to reach. Go into March Stance, go here. If we send him to the Uzkalak Canal, he will be released while traveling, because we've got 4 turns remaining, but he should still arrive here. What that might do for us is it might allow us to gain vision of the Poxmakers, which is something we want. I mean, obviously we could just send a hero or lord down there, but, well, we're doing this now. Because I said so. Alrighty, who else needs to move? Kuhar replace. You are going to Fort Stroghoff, or in fact, we're going to get your replacement guy right now. Mammoth Eater's still up, beautiful. Alright, you, go here. You will be the true Kuhar. Because you're a higher level and you have a better trait. Because since Monstrosity Hunter won't help us much since we won't have Marauder Hunters in his army, you know? Go here. Transfer. Like so. And await your skin wolves. And you have no items, correct? Correct. Glad I didn't give you items then. You will need to immediately get Acclaimed Hunter because that's what will power up our doggos here. The Missile Strength thing, yeah, that's not going to be helpful. We'll get you trophies and Flow of Battle. And I guess Root Marcher. And we'll move towards one of these afterwards. Alright, looks good to me. Anybody else need to do anything this turn? Recruiter, okay, keep clicking you. Tech Thieves. Tech Thieves and building, and then we're good. 38 and 3. 39 and 2. Still 39 and 2, which means we keep stealing tech from here. We also need to get a couple more tech thieves up and running ASAP, because we need that tech thievery quite badly. Go back to Salzenmund. Man, this guy's gonna die. I just know it. Not necessarily right now, but soon, because he keeps failing and he's not leveling up well. But what can you do? Diplomacy check real quick. The Bloody Hands. I mean, I guess we could be somewhat friendly with the orcs. The main problem with being friendly with the orcs is that they can't trade, but they do have a few units like Arachnaroks and maybe pump wagons that we could make some use of. They do have artillery as well. I guess the main question will be, how do the other Chaos factions, or how will the other Chaos factions feel about them? Huh, they're actually reasonably likely to be confederated. You know what? We could probably maintain at least some friendliness with them. Get some money out of them as well. And then once we go over here to take out Karazakarak, because we need to, because it's one of our goals, and Throgi's near it as well, we'll trade the other stuff around to the Bloody Hands. Hopefully they don't take Karazakarak, though. It looks like it's still held by the dwarfs, though. We'll see, alright. Hopefully the dwarves survive long enough. And anything else here? Overlords of Jarduk, Bloody Hands, no alliance with you as of yet. Still a decent likelihood that we'll be, you know, fighting them. Anyway, let's see what else we needed to do. It was just the tech thieves, right? I'm like 90% sure it was just the tech thieves. Yeah. Alright, we're good. Alright, building, and then recruiting. Alright, Hellspire Mountains, you will keep upgrading your stuff. Where are you going? Oh, right, you're a vassal. whenever the AI moves like big armies nearby, I get very concerned. Raiden Port, Beast Tamer, Trainer, whatever. Chieftain's Hall, most definitely. Oh, I could have waited for another level for Kuhar. Oh, it's too late now. Offering of War, Slaver's Camp, and Cave of Dark Offerings. Warhound Kennels, whatever. Onward towards Cave of Dark Offerings. Black Blood Pass, Hell Pit, ready for Tier 4. Very nice. I was not expecting that, but I'm pleasantly surprised by it because that's a lot of potential, stuff. Let's go for the Raiden Port, the Raiders Camp, and the Marauding Militia. They will at least have some defenses here. It still won't be able to hold against a good full stack, but it might hold against a bad one. Stormwrack Mount, let's upgrade you. We are going for growth here in the Plunder Hall. We can, you know what, forgo the Chaos Shrine. Go for the first stash. And we'll leave the rest of the money for additional recruitment. Now, we have 4 Marauder horses. What we'll need is 4 Whalers. Not the... Oh, look how cheap they are. To recruit at least. Where are the Whalers? Alright. Oh, they take 2 turns to recruit? Damn. Well, that's a shame. You know what? At the same time, build 2 Chaos Frost Dragons. Those are going to Throg, but they're also gonna take so many turns to recruit that we might as well get started on it right now. Alrighty, and I do believe we're ready to end the turn. We're also unfortunately out of time, however, there will be, or could be, some admin to do between the episodes, so I will end the turn now, and we'll see if anything interesting happens, but at the end of the day, this will probably end the episode. And hey, we're actually down in plunder to basically 0. I'm very happy about that.
How about this?
Meow Ying, what you want? Peace treaty? No. Alright, nobody's asking for anything, and you know what, I think we'll probably declare war on Reikland this turn. It's about time the rest of our vassals continue fighting them. Bloody Hands have given us a vision of a bunch of stuff, and I see the Exiles of Khorne down there. Certainly potential to vassalize Scarby, or fight him, depending. Alright, Supervisor, and where's that Challenger of the Hound? You better... Oh, yeah, he's gonna try to cross the mountains at Zufbar. Which means we gotta get Throg to him. Hopefully this turn, or, well, next turn. Anyway, looks like nobody attacks us. And, there's Grimgor with a full stack now. We'll definitely have to be careful about that. Tamarkan is trying to chase down a caravan. I think I might have killed Tamarkan by trapping him here. It looks like he doesn't want to attack Blackfang because it's got decent defenses. Surprisingly, though, he's not attacking Gorge or Rock either. Well, Tamarkan, that's your problem, buddy. I mean, it's somewhat our problem since he's our vassal, but nonetheless. He's actually not providing us much in the way of tribute. Did we finish the... No. I was looking at the outpost and whether we had finished one, and ooh, Conrock. I don't like that you're here. We may have to send Slith Wallbreaker to kill off this army, just because I don't want it raiding and then killing off our allies. And they kind of don't like us either. Anyway, with that, we're out of time, and I'm going to call the episode here. Next time, Wulfrik moves towards Fator the Serpent. We got stuff recruiting and, well, lots more recruiting to do for the various armies. Throg will hopefully be able to knock out Vashnar the Hound, and Sirthak will continue causing absolute havoc where he is while we declare war on the Empire and have our vassals continue taking their territory while we continue raising for the Dark Gods. Stay tuned for more Wulfrik. Don't forget to leave those likes and comments below. All glory to the algorithm. And thanks for watching.